biography, I was moved by things like, his older brother was hanged, like say, for trying to assassinate the Tsar. And I can just see that as a motivation for the younger brother to say, oh, you hang my brother? You're in trouble, pal. I'm coming after you. Lenin read his brother's entire library. That was where he read Stoyelet, What Is to Be Done, the Chernyshevsky book that had such influence. So you see him as a human person. As someone in Siberia, he was sent to Siberia when he was still Ulyanov. Or maybe he had just taken the name Lenin, but it was in the 1890s, and he prospered in Siberia. He read widely when he was in Siberia. He skated on the NSA. He hunted. And he got married in Siberia. The first guy came out and they married out there. So he had this maturing experience when he was in Siberia. And then it's a minor point, but kind of fascinating, that after he was dead, he went back to Siberia. That they sent him two men to keep him out of the hands of the Nazis during the Second War. So that as if if the Nazis took him to Moscow, they wouldn't get the body of Lenin. So they shipped Lenin back to Siberia. So he went there both when he was alive and when he was dead, which is kind of an interesting pairing of experiences. But in Ulani, there's a head of Lenin, a sculpture of the head of Lenin, and it is huge. It is the biggest head I've ever seen. Right. And somehow that just imprinted on me. That was one of the first places I ever went in Siberia. Got off the plane, went to the snow shop in the middle of Ulani, and there's this head, and I just, how can a man have a head that big? Like, we would never make a head that big here in America, even if it was George Washington, So there was just something fascinating. If you ever seen the movie The Wizard of Oz, it's like the head in The Wizard of Oz, that huge head of him. It just had a whole lot of reasons he fascinated me. And I saw him dead. Well, it's amazing because I had a stack of books about Russia, and To the Finland Station by Edmund Wilson, I had 2 Lenin biographies, and I hadn't read them. I just happened to, I would start and I wouldn't read them. I went and I saw him, and then I sat down and read those books like Wright Street. I don't know what the connection was, but just, I really see the impulse of keeping the body. It's deep, it's like pagan, but it really motivates. So somehow I got to know everything about this thing. So then I just read, a couple biographies. I read The Finland Station. I read all, John Reed, who is an American, a great book about the revolution, was sort of an pal of Lenin. So I read about their relationship, and, it just, it wasn't much of a relationship, but I could see why John Reed was fascinated by it. But seeing him had that effect. It had a very strong effect.